Welcome to Project Castaway, and this is my first impression. There's a lot here I'm going to unpack, but I'm going to try to get through it quickly. I immediately started turning off all of these items, the vignette, the chromatic, and then I changed more specifically the motion blur, the field of view, which is around 80, which I normally keep like Minecraft. And the big thing about it is when you have all these effects, you don't want them so close to you because it'll make you nauseous. That's one thing I already did. Now this opening scene, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it is what it is. There's a lot to unpack here with all of this. And I will preface this with, if I never played Stranded Deep, or even The Forest, or Sons of the Forest, I would honestly feel like this is a brand new game. But this game has so many aspects that Stranded Deep has, which are great. And then it also has other aspects of the other two games, which I'm sure I'll talk about as well. But yeah, if I never played Stranded Deep more specifically, I honestly, if I was new to this style of game, I would be so lost. I really would. And then you crash. Now this scene I sped up a lot. I think swimming so far is a little too much, to be honest with you. It's immersive, I get it. But like, let's say like here, I wish it would just cut like that. And then let's say you'd wake up on an island. This is regular time. The other clip before this was sped up. And then it goes into this, and this is where you're at. I kind of wish it just, you swam some, and then it just basically puts you on the island like you're waking up. Sort of feeling. The UI and stuff comes up, which is relatively easy to read. At first, I was wondering what it all was, but I mean, there are aspects of any survival game that's kind of this immersive, which I like. And say, I know to pick up stuff, and I know this stuff is not going to despawn, which is great. I like that aspect as well. I mean, you played so much Minecraft. It's one of those things that you got to know you put stuff certain places. But from here, I'm starting at that first objective, looking for stone. This is an aspect I like. You can just break this stuff. Some games, sometimes you have to use a tool, and I don't like using the tool. The journal itself, I like. I think the font's a little harder to read. It's similar to The Forest, but it's relatively easy to read, minus the font I think is a little hard to read during times of the day. And I kind of wish there was like a pen light or something. I really do. And also, I'm not sure, and more specifically, because if he has a backpack, why wouldn't he have some basic tools as a whole in that regard? Anyway, but a pen light I would like to use, and I also would like to see if the actual coconuts would, the palm trees would drop more than just one coconut. I'm not sure if that's just all part of it. The actual game itself, if it's just like RNG sort of feeling. But I kind of wish it would drop more. But I also wish you can actually climb the palm trees to collect the coconuts, if it's obviously a big enough one. And you see I've crafted a stone axe, and then I also crafted the bed. The basic aspects of a survival game, I think that's really cool. It tells you it's easy to add. It tells you how many items, resources that you actually need for these items. I, as a whole, know what they look like because, again, I've played Stranded Deep, and these items are specific. More specific, let's say these palm fronds. The water collector does banana leaves. So, obviously, it's a different type of, we'll just say, tree for that. And I kind of wish you can just pull these out. Don't change that. That's one of those things I wish you can pull, like the small plants, I wish you can pull out. For like these leaves, obviously you can't just pull out a whole tree with a root system sort of feeling, not that kind of thing. And this whole save system, relatively easy, same as any other one. You have sleep. I do like that it actually hints to you, by the way, as well. Like when you're tired, when you're hungry. It doesn't seem like much, but I like those in the game to where it hints to you. Will it turn off? I don't know. I don't mind if it stays on the whole time. I mean, there's small little hints because when you get into survival games, it's one of those things. This is one item here, is the turtle. I wasn't going to show you me killing it, but the turtle shell I knew I needed to collect just for the sake of I played the forest. That's how you collect fresh water. You obviously can't drink salt water from there. You have a water bottle, but it's very minimal. And this is actually really cool. It took me a minute because I wasn't reading. I like that they changed this here to where it didn't take so much. Obviously, I figured out after a few tries that you can't start a fire when it's raining. Now, I would like to try that when it's covered, like, inside. Will it still actually light up even if it's raining outside a covered space, shelter, that is? And then from here, you can see how this is right here. It's really hard to read. This is where I really want that pen light. And it even got darker and darker. I understand it's dark, but again, he had a backpack with water and a few other things. So I was just curious on if he can carry more than just that. Honestly, that's just kind of one of those things that I kind of wish he had that. Now, like candy bars and stuff like that. That's what I mean, more specifically. I do like that you can eat the raw food. I do wish that you can actually, it would say it on there, like, the raw food didn't give me negative effects. But I also wish that it promotes you to actually cook the raw food to give you more or better effects, or longing effects. And it took me forever to find this spinning wheel, by the way, because the only reason why I clicked on that is because I thought it was an option key, and I was still trying to figure out where this spinning wheel was. It frustrated me for the longest to find it. And then, like basic anything, you can put it down. The mapping, that is, you collect the items, and then you add straight to it, which I think is really, really good. From here, you do go into just your basic survival stuff, which I like. It's just the slight grindiness of it. It's safe, and you start to learn stuff that you need, prioritize, and you get to explore, which is a huge aspect of these games, which I really, really love. And then you just kind of go at it. Now, the spinning wheel animation, I do like it. I kind of wish that the item would just drop on the ground instead of it saying for you to pick up. Spinning's great. And you see me doing this over and over again just because I have a bunch of the yucca leaves. Now, it doesn't have to drop like right there at the bottom, but just somewhere on the ground close to it, because stuff like this frustrates me. I don't have time to sit there and keep trying to figure out how to pick up stuff, how to open my inventory, because I needed my hatchet back, and I could not for the life of me figure out how to even get these things off these hotkeys. I couldn't figure it out. These 3 slots right here, I could not figure it out. And there's no hints to it. It doesn't say anything. You should be able to just click it, drag it off, and throw it on the ground if you wanted to. Those basic items, I don't even know how I even picked that up. I don't. I'm sitting there trying to click it. I click the dots, and I still can't figure out how to do it, because I really needed the hatchet. And this is one of those things timing is everything in a survival game. You can see my hunger's going down quickly. I assume I'm injured. My energy is going down, and I don't have time for this sort of thing, especially beginning game. It's just one of those nitpicky things, but I think this is the only real negative to this game I can think of, minus all the let's just say motion blur, is this backpack. I cannot stand the backpack. I wish it was just something like the Force, where it's just straight down. I can see it, grab and go, where it's like on the ground, it lays out. That's what I prefer in a survival game like this. Obviously, you don't have to, but I actually prefer that as a whole. And then, of course, the times of the days is still great. You can see me still trying to figure this out. Again, I'm still trying to figure it out as a whole. But I think the game itself is really, really promising. I really think it's promising. And once these few things get ironed out, I kind of hope that it stays getting developed so well, because it is a well-done game. It has those concrete survival feels that you really want to keep playing and learning this stuff. Obviously, if the grind is not your thing, then this will not be a game for you. But I actually really like it, minus stuff like this. Minus that kind of nitpicky stuff, I like these aspects of the beginning parts of the survival game, because once you start getting your base down, getting your resources much faster, then you get to start doing all the survival stuff, which is going to other islands, fighting other fighting enemies, animals, collecting more resources, learning more about the whole story. And I am pretty excited to play some more of this after this first hour.